Hi everyone, Mike here from MyKeyReviews. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the ANDYCINE RGB video light, which retails in at £150. And you know, if you're adding more lights to your setup, it can get expensive fast, and some people may argue that there are other video lights on the market that is cheaper, and you know, that's not wrong. You've got this little light here which you can get for about £100 less, and this has bicolor. It also has an internal rechargeable battery, but the difference is this one is very limited to the white temperature. So this one goes from 3000 Kelvin to 6500, whereas this one goes from 2500 Kelvin up to 8500. But not only that, you don't have to add filters, you don't have to carry them around, you don't have to literally have a massive wad and sift through which one you're going to attach. This is all in one system, a whole variety of hues, and I'll show you a little example of the spectrum that you can achieve with this light. So first of all, we're going to do a little unboxing. So just have to give this a little wiggle, and there we are. So the first thing to come out is the video light, and on top you have this transparent slip here, and it just describes what the little bits and features are around the light. So for example, here you have the 1/4 inch threads. It also mentions about this is a 360-degree bracket, display screen, you've got the dimmer and the function button, and then you also have this little spectrum here. So this is the range 0 to 360. Okay, so the next thing to come out, now you do have to also give this a little wiggle because that's quite tight. Underneath, when we actually get this, come on, there we are, we have a nice little carry case, and I can feel something inside as well. We have a little adapter so you can put that on top of your camera, a USB-C cable, but you will need to have a powered socket such as a power bank, or you know, like an outlet adapter, or plug it into your computer. A lot of different options to recharge this light. And then finally we have a little instruction manual. With stickers, if you want stickers. Before I talk about the light, just need to point out that in the carry case, if I zoom in there, you open it up, you have a little wrench flap. So if I open it up, you have a little hex wrench, or Allen key, whatever you want to call it. This is for the mount that's on the light. Okay, so for the light, let's just quickly talk about the specifications. So the power output is 12 watts. It is a Type C device, as you can see there, and the battery capacity is 7.4 volts at 2930 milliamp per hour. The charging time is around 90 minutes, and on full power it should last 140 minutes, which is just over 2 hours, which is pretty impressive. As for the color rating index, that's at 96, and the television lighting consistency index is 97, for those who, you know, that is important to. And as for the lux, at 0.5 meters, it's 1480 lux. For the size, along here, it's 15 centimeters by 7 centimeters, and it is 1.5 centimeters in thickness. As for weight, it's about 260 grams. With the specifications aside, let's talk about the features of the light. So first of all, I just want to mention that the construction of this is absolutely solid and robust. It has a real nice metal construction all the way around, of course, apart from the diffuser there, which just makes the light less harsh. So if we then move on to the bracket, so this bracket, there are 7 1/4 inch thread mounts on here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this bit here, and then another 2 here. And this swings all the way around, and there are 2 points of tightening and loosening. The first one is on this arm here. Now by default for me, this was actually at the perfect setting, so I can actually hold it like that and it is not sliding down at all. So if you did want this to be extended out, you can do that. Once again, you can tighten it further or loosen it down to your needs. Now with this flipped all the way over here, we have this other part here where you can then adjust the tilt. So once again, you can make it really loose, or if you get it just right, you can then adjust the tilt and it should hold its position. Now obviously this isn't going to guarantee if you have got it slightly loose, but you can have it so there's just enough friction to stop it sliding down so easily. But you've got that good range of adjustability there. Alright, so that's that bit sorted. Now on top we have the USB-C charging port here. Actually, I'll probably zoom in slightly so you can see it, as well as the on and off slider here. So there we are, on, off. To the side we have the setting button, followed by the function button. This is, well, not only a button, but it actually scrolls down and up, and then it pings back into position. And then just underneath that you have a dimmer wheel. So this one you can't press down. It is literally just a simple up and down, adjusts the brightness. On the back here we have a little LCD screen. Now when I do turn this on, you will notice that it's going to flash, but that's just how the camera is picking it up on. Obviously with your own eyes it's not going to be flashing. That's just to do with the refresh rate and my camera. And then just to the side here we have a hue, saturation, intensity reference. That may be useful for some. Yeah, so let's start off with just the normal color temperature. So this one has a range of 2500 Kelvin to 8500 Kelvin. I'll start off just pointing it onto the table. I'll put the brightness up to 100%. Actually no, I'll put it down to, yeah, about 60. And I'm then going to scroll up through the different temperatures. There we are, so you can see it changing. And this actually, this scrolls through it real fast. So you may want to, if you want to be more precise, just kind of keep tapping it up. You will notice as well if I point it towards the camera, and I'll just flipping it, that's bright, just adjust the brightness so you can actually see the LEDs a little bit more. There we are. So if I start from here, you'll notice obviously just all one color, and as you go through the different color temperatures, it'll then introduce the other color LED, or the other, you know, more of a cool white, and it will start balancing them out to get the right color temperature, until eventually it will just go to that one there. Okay, so now if I press the settings button, it's going to switch over to the hue and saturation mode. There we are. I'll just turn on up the brightness for this one. Okay, so to adjust the hue, you just press this up or down. But if you press it down, you then can switch over to the saturation. I'm just going to turn off the light so you have a better idea of the color spectrum. So I go to hue, and I'm currently on 360, so I'll just change that to, yeah, there we are, 0. And I'm just going to hold this down, and I'm going to go through the different colors available. And you can see that for the most part of it is actually a very smooth transition. Now and then there'll be like a very slightly jump, but it's not exactly very noticeable, but you can see that the range of hue is really good. And this gets obviously even better, the fact that you can adjust the saturation as well. So I just start back onto 0. If I can get there we are. I'm just going to jump over to the saturation, and then I'm going to adjust that. I'll go to about, I'll say 50%, and then I'm going to go through the hue range again. There we are. All the way back up to saturation 100. Okay, so that's an example of the hue range, and then we have one more mode, which is basically like an effects mode. So if I switch that over, so it starts off. It's more of like a kind of like I think it's like a refresh mode. So this one on the middle option on A, it's going to slowly go through some colors. If I go to B, it's a bit quicker, and then if I go to C, This one seems to be kind of imitating like a firelight. Very, very subtle. So you got the odd flicker, you know, dims slightly, so that's quite nice. Then the next one is police flashing, which is pretty intense. And then if I go down to B, it's just a blue and more of a clear light. And then if you go to C, it should be red and the clear one. There we are. Oh, flipping it, that really does up your eyes. Then on the top mode here, this one seems to, go to A, this one's almost like lightning. Or flashing lightning, or yes, kind of that sort. Go to B, a bit more intermittent. And then C, a bit like the first mode at C, but more of a cooler light. And yeah, that's it for light. Bear with me one moment once I turn everything on. So yeah, for such a little compact light, it really does have a lot of features, and I'm sure that many will agree just how useful this could be, especially for those who may want to be a bit more creative with lights, but they don't have, you know, a lot of filters to deal with. Maybe, you know, just going through or attaching different color filters is a pain for them. To have something so compact and lightweight that you know, can offer a very good range of brightness, color temperature, as well as hue, just all in one package is such it's such a good device. You know, you really can't argue that, you know, just how convenient it is with everything that's packed into it. But once again, it really is down to your needs. You know, if you don't need the color, the different hues of the colors and etc., then you can get something like this. I mean, this little thing is quite bright as well, and obviously the range of this isn't as good, but it's still, you know, decent enough for a lot of people's needs. And this one is about £40, so a huge difference in price jump, but the amount of features that you're getting in this, I believe, you know, compensates for that. So yeah, just kind of see whether it ticks all the boxes, and yeah, just know that there's a product with those features readily available to you. And yeah, so overall, definitely love this little video light. Really really convenient to have, and yeah, thank you very much for watching my video, and hope to see you on my next one.